I'm in the cup with my shooter. Hitters they tucking the Ruger. Holding my wrist like Jesus Christ. I cannot fuck with them.
Alright, real quick, before we get into the video, I was actually gonna do the whole production. I was gonna have the green screen, and I was gonna have a whole bunch of studio lights, but when I went to record today, I couldn't find my green screen anywhere. Like, it's gone. I don't know where it went, but I looked all over my apartment. I looked on the back deck. I looked everywhere. I cannot find it. I don't know where the fuck it went. So here we are. I'm doing a regular video. You're looking at my face still. Yeah. Alright. Don't show this video to your girlfriend. I might steal her. Alright, we're good. We're good. What the hell is up? It's your boy. I didn't come up with a name before. I just realized I don't have a fucking name for myself. Yo, what's going on? It's your boy, Lil Schmeat, as you know how it goes in the trenches, that's what they call me in the streets. You know how that goes. I'm a big fan of Naruto. Hold on. Oh shit. Now my camera's not focusing. You dumb bitch. You dumb bitch camera. Refusing to focus. Hello? So I'm a big fan of Naruto, and I occasionally look up Naruto content on YouTube. So, just going through watching videos about Naruto and all that. The cat, are you fucking serious, cat, now you want in the room? Alright. Alright, we're back. What? She's gonna talk about Naruto. No, she's not. Alright. She hates Naruto. Hates him. My cat versus Naruto, who would win? Anyway, now you're on the ground. What do you want? Fuck, she's hungry. God damn it. Alright. I don't even know where I was at. Oh, do you like my fucking janky ass fucking coronavirus buzz cut? It's growing out a little bit, but anyways. So yeah, I'm always watching fucking Naruto and Naruto content, and I see this thing all the time, and it's like people from Naruto fighting, right? But it's like a compilation, but they'll add like Suicideboys or like Tentacion or something else in the background. This brought up a question, right? And that's like, why would you play music over a fight if the music is so much more crazy? The Suicideboys versus Naruto, who would win? Not gonna lie, probably the Suicideboys. So we're gonna break this down, but real quick before I do that, I don't want to forget, I'm going to make an extended version of this without the face cam, and I don't know if I'm gonna have it unlisted or not, but the link for it's gonna be in the description. So if you watch this and you want to know more, or you think I'm fucking wrong and you want to be I don't know, a sore loser, then I guess you can go check it out more. It's a little more, it's a bit more serious. I can't say that without a stutter. Fuck me. But I will say, watch this one and then watch that one, because they're going to be two different videos talking about different things. So if you want the full shebang, you gotta watch both. That's how I get you. Congratulations. So I'm going to be explaining what the Suicideboys are capable of. I'm not really going to be talking about Naruto and what he is capable of. It's a pretty popular anime, so I would expect people to kind of know what it's about. But if you don't, again, the extended version, I'll talk about what he's actually capable of, things like that. Anyways, let's get into Mr. Ruby the Cherry. Oh, wait, before I do that, I almost forgot. We're talking about like current day 2021 Hokage Naruto. I'm not talking about Kid Naruto or like some weird time frame Naruto. We're talking about just current day, what he's capable of. So if you don't know, if you don't watch like Boruto or whatever, Naruto is capable of all the same shit as before. There's no evidence against that, and he should be capable of more. So anyways, also as a balancing factor, I'm only considering the Suicideboys when they're about the same age as him currently. So Naruto is like 30, you know? So I'm thinking like any music before 2018, I'm not counting. It's got to be 2018 and up for the Suicideboys. This is kind of unfair for them, but at the same time, I think it just makes more sense, and it's more simple if you want to do the research yourself and figure out what I'm talking about. Anyway, so this makes both the Suicideboys and Naruto like 28 to 31. So yeah. So if you don't know, in the past, Ruby the Cherry said he's non-existent. He doesn't exist. And although he doesn't make that claim now, he does call back to it. He said he's questioning his existence. If you don't know why this would be important, think about Madara. So if you don't know, Madara is a character in Naruto, and he can summon clones of himself that exist outside of the normal Naruto realm, I guess you could say, but they can still interact with everyone as normal. So if Ruby is capable of this, and he exists in some other realm where you can't even understand his presence, this makes him extremely powerful because you essentially have no way to counter him. Anyways, we're gonna keep going here. He claims to be the son of the devil and a demon. This doesn't really mean much on the surface, but you gotta think demons in Naruto are pretty powerful. Demons in real life are considered to be at least superhuman, you know, like they have some kind of additive. What are you doing, cat? She said hi, in case the mic didn't pick her up. Anyways, I guess she's done eating already. She's a fucking fat ass. So, anyways, also he can claim to hear the dead, you know, just like weird things. Another big thing is he can get to the moon in 20 minutes. Now, in the song, he says, I don't want to quote it, but I think I know the quote. In about 20 minutes, we'll get to the moon. I think that's the quote. Don't quote me on it, but that's the quote. Let's consider Ruby, because he's on Earth in all of his music videos. He talks about Earth in his music, so I assume he lives on Earth. So if you were to talk about getting from the Earth all the way up to the moon in 20 minutes, not counting the power it takes to get out of the atmosphere, none of that, that is 700,000 miles per hour. That's pretty fucking fast for a fucking tubby dude with long hair. So, I don't know, this could mean teleportation. This could mean he really does move that fast. I have no clue. But I thought it was interesting to add in there. That's pretty fucking fast. Cat, are you serious? No. No. You're about to go. Hold on. She's about to go in timeout in my arms. She hates being picked up. I know, you hate me. You hate me, you hate me, you hate me. Here she is. She's gonna talk about... She hates me. I hate her. It's equal. But more importantly, let's talk about him comparing himself to Christ-like powers. So for example, he says he can cause plagues, he can scorch plains, he can destroy mountains, he can melt glaciers, and he can cause storms. These are pretty big deals, because obviously being able to destroy a mountain, if you're within the vicinity of the mountain or on the mountain itself, or just an area the size of a mountain, destroying that is probably going to kill you, or being hit with whatever force is necessary to destroy a mountain is probably going to kill you too. When it comes to his actual toughness though, he claims to be unstoppable, and he claims to be able to live forever. These are two things that would at least tell me that he is probably invincible or indestructible in some way, but he can decide to die at any point. There's a dog barking outside. Fuck that dog. Can I have 2 minutes to myself? Please, Mom. I'm trying to crank it in my room. Come on. Anyways. So yeah, he says he can decide to die at any point, but he also includes this part of a song where he says, "We will all be destroyed by comets." Now, of course, if you think about we, who is we? It is she, aka Ruby the Cherry, who is now a woman, apparently, in my eyes. I don't know why I said that, but Ruby is officially a woman. Anyways, so he says we will all be destroyed by comets. As you know, a comet shower hitting the Earth, That was a voice crack. So a comet shower hitting the Earth would at least be life wiping, and would most likely be a planetary attack, meaning it would destroy the planet. Maybe not completely, but it would destroy it. It would do a lot of damage. So if this is where he draws the line at his toughness, then you would say, okay, he can take a planetary attack or a life-wiping attack. Now you're like, what does this even mean? Does my mom love me? Things like that. So what it means, if you think about like Dragon Ball Z, right? Like in Dragon Ball Z, someone goes fucking crazy and they blast a laser beam, right? And it hits a planet and the planet dies. It explodes, right? We're talking about something less than that, but still pretty powerful. Something that could potentially destroy a planet beyond repair, or at least wipe the life from it. That should be, at the very least, what it takes to kill Mr. Ruby the Cherry, or Mrs. Ruby the Cherry, if you will. And to add on to this, he also claims to be able to summon comets large enough to wipe out human life. He says in one song that he's going to summon comets down and everyone's going to die. This kind of goes into his other claim of being able to live forever, but being able to decide to die at any point. Logically, this makes sense, at least surface level wise. He can summon the comets, he can wipe life, he can die along with it. This makes complete sense to me so far. But most importantly, is he can resurrect himself. He claims to be able to bring himself back from the dead. That's pretty crazy, not gonna lie. That's pretty nutso bananas. So yeah, that's Mr. Ruby the Cherry. I mean, just Ruby alone fighting Naruto sounds pretty crazy. That seems pretty insane. Alright, so moving on to Mr. Scrim here. Mr. Scrim, he kind of contradicts who he is. So he calls himself many different things in many different songs. He's called himself God. He calls himself Christ turned Satan. He's called himself not only Christ multiple times, but Satan or Lucifer multiple times as well. He also claims to be Beelzebub, which is the Israeli angel of death. He's called himself the Grim Reaper. I mean, he's called himself some pretty hefty names. And we're going to get into these names a little later here. Another smaller one, he's called himself the Sandman. The Sandman, if you don't know, he can command you to fall asleep at will. So on top of Scrim's identity, he also claims to be empowered by the Antichrist. Now, I don't know what this means, so we don't really have a gauge as to how powerful this is. He also says he can go Super Saiyan. He claims to be able to go Super Saiyan in his music, which you can ignore the whole empowered by the Antichrist. If you don't know, the Super Saiyan boost, I believe it's like a 50 times boost to like everything, if I can remember that correctly. Like going Super Saiyan is like nuts. If you think about it, him being super powerful and then being empowered by the Antichrist and then going Super Saiyan, I mean, I don't know. I came in my pants just now. I don't know if you did, but it's all vague. You know what I mean? But it's not even the highlight of his power. So we're gonna move on to his power and his toughness. So he's claimed to be invincible before in many different ways, and he, of course, sustains that. He says the Reaper won't come for his body, which in Naruto terms, I mean, you could think if the Reaper doesn't come for your body, then because the Reaper is the person that brings you to the afterlife. So if he literally cannot enter the afterlife and he has no soul, I think in Naruto that just means you're invincible. I don't know, like, if Naruto were to do the Reaper Death Seal, the Reaper just won't show up. It's just, there's so many different possibilities, but it essentially means he's invincible. He also claims to be able to drop the heavens onto Earth, which I would assume means that he can end the world. He can, like, cause the end of the world whenever he wants, which, just like Ruby, I don't know if that means he's planetary, but it means he can do a lot of damage to the world that he's on. And Anyways, we're gonna keep going. He also claims he can choose when to die, again, like Ruby. I don't really know what this means, but it kind of fits into their name. They are the Suicideboys after all. They can admit defeat and accept death, and they can choose to die. And the difference, though, between him and Ruby is Scrim claims to be gun level, which means he could shoot himself and die. So once Scrim accepts defeat and decides that he is going to die, he's pretty much the same durability as any other human. The biggest thing is Scrim can resurrect himself just like Ruby. We need to talk about Scrim and what he's claimed to be. So Scrim has claimed to be God and Christ turned Satan. Satan is supposed to be above all demons, which means he should be stronger than the Cerberus. The Cerberus is the son of the Titan, and the Titan fought Zeus. Alright, I'm not saying the Cerberus is as strong as Zeus, but I'm saying he should be up there. His power level should be pretty high, and Satan should be above that. I'm not saying Satan equals Zeus. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying there's a pretty high power level. And what we can determine is Satan being the strongest demon, or at least the king of the demons. He should be stronger than the Ninetales, who is also known as a demon. Does this mean he has control over the Ninetales? I don't know, because, he is Satan. But what we can say is he's at least, like, the bare minimum, I would say he's Ninetales level when it comes to power. But we are going to move on to the God claim. The God claim is pretty fucking big, because if you don't know what God is, at least my understanding of it, if Scrim has the same power as the God, as like the Christian God, this should mean he's like an ethereal, omnipotent presence. And if you don't know about omnipotence, it's like all-knowing and all-capable, which I know in and of itself cannot logically exist. We're not going to talk about why God cannot exist, because that's a pretty hot topic. We're not doing that now. We're going to ignore that and just say that God can exist, at least in Scrim's mind he can. So, being an ethereal presence, being omnipotent. I mean, if you know, when it comes to anime, like, nothing really beats omnipotence besides being like a gag character. There's been multiple animes where like the person is capable of anything they want and they can rewrite the story and they can, just essentially do whatever the fuck they feel like. I guess that beats omnipotence because they're actually outside of the story's universe. Hokage Naruto isn't that level, and Naruto's definitely not omnipotent. That right there should shut down any conversation about Naruto winning the fight. You might be able to say, oh, well, Naruto can do this, and he can do this, and he's capable of this. Can he fight an ethereal being? They're like an astral projection. And I don't know how you could fight that, especially when they're omnipotent. Like, they know everything you're gonna do, they're capable of anything. Naruto can't fight that. And I guess that's where I leave it off on. Again, we're gonna have an extended version where we talk about more possibilities, but maybe he could fight Ruby. Maybe he could fight Scrim if Scrim was Satan level. I don't even think that, to be honest. I think maybe if he was like Christ level. I just don't see it happening. I don't see him winning. Naruto's fucked. As for now, though, that's where I leave it off. I know this is a super weird video, but hey, it kind of relates to music, and also I'm just gonna do whatever the fuck I want. If you enjoyed this video, tell me you did, because I would love to make more like Naruto content, whatever the fuck that even means. I would love to talk about it more. I'm a huge nerd. And yeah, I don't know what video is gonna come out first. So I have another video where I talk about my gaming stuff, like my old gaming videos. In that, I talk about the whole 100 subscriber thing. I think that's dope. I appreciate seeing the 100 people. That's cool to me. I don't really care about numbers, but it's something, right? That's cool. Also, one of my videos got like 4,000 views. I don't know. That's cool too, you know? Fuck it. That's a lot of people checking my shit out. So that's cool. That's about it.
What the fuck is a cum hydrant?
I have a dick ass, brother.